Hey, learner. Today, we're diving deep into video marketing.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge, right? Like, everyone and their grandma is using it these days.
It really is.
But are they using it effectively? That's the question.
That's the million-dollar question for sure.
That's where our expert comes in today, to help us unpack how to make videos that actually work. Get results.
I'm excited to dig into this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go beyond those basic tips and tricks and really get into the psychology of video marketing.
I like it.
How it impacts your audience on a deeper level.
Okay, so you know how we always talk about that classic sales funnel?
Yeah.
Awareness, consideration, decision?
Absolutely.
But the book we're looking at today, Pasted Text by Francis, kind of flips that on its head.
Yeah, he does. He has a really interesting take on it.
Yeah, so instead of just focusing on the steps in the funnel, he says it's more about the emotions that viewers are feeling at each stage.
Yeah, they're not just passively watching your video.
Right.
They're on a journey.
Right.
It's a whole psychological experience.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break down this whole emotional journey thing.
Yeah.
Picture this. You're scrolling through your social media feed, bored out of your mind, just kind of like in a daze. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
And then, boom, a video pops up. But
Yeah.
that's your typical top-of-the-funnel viewer.
Exactly.
They're just looking for something, anything, to break through that boredom.
Yep. Francis calls it boredom busting.
I love that.
And he's spot on.
Yeah.
Your video has to really stand out.
For sure.
It's got to grab their attention before they just, swipe right past it.
It's got to be thumb-stopping.
Exactly.
Right. Like, what makes you stop scrolling and actually watch something?
That's the question you got to ask yourself, right?
Yeah.
What makes you actually click when you're in that headspace?
So it's got to be something that sparks their interest.
Yeah.
Not just another generic ad for something they don't care about.
It can't be just blah, 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 buy my product.
Right.
No one wants to see that.
It's got to be more than that.
Way more.
And Francis says the key here is to tap into those emotions.
Oh, absolutely.
What makes your target audience really feel something?
Right. Because at the end of the day, people connect with emotion.
They do.
That's what makes us human.
It's true.
And it's what makes us remember things.
So it's not always about directly selling your product in those first few seconds.
Yep.
Sometimes it's about creating a feeling or an experience.
Yes.
That they'll then associate with your brand.
Exactly. And it's different for every audience.
Of course.
Right. You're not going to market to a CEO the same way you'd market to, a college student.
100%. So give me an example.
Okay, so let's say you're a catering company.
Okay.
And you're targeting office managers or administrative assistants.
Makes sense. They're the ones ordering the food.
Exactly.
Right.
So you might create a really visually stunning, like food porn type video.
I like where this is going.
Right. Something that just makes their mouths water.
Beautiful shots, close-ups, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want them to see that video and be like, oh my God, I need to order from them for our next meeting?
Because it's going to impress their boss.
Exactly.
Right. Or let's say you're targeting engineers. Maybe you create a video that's all about speed and performance.
Love it.
Right? Like sleek visuals, cutting-edge technology.
They're speaking your language.
It's about understanding your audience and what emotionally resonates with them.
100%.
It's not one size fits all.
No way.
Yeah.
You need different strategies for each stage of that funnel.
Okay. So let's start with those boredom-busting videos at the very top.
Let's do it.
What are some specific strategies for creating videos that really grab attention?
So Francis says one of the most important things is the hook.
Okay.
You got to have a strong hook, something that makes people stop scrolling and actually pay attention.
And you've got to do it fast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you've got what, like 3 seconds?
3 seconds, maybe less.
Yeah.
You've got to capture their attention immediately or they're gone.
They're swiping away.
Exactly. So think about a really provocative question or a surprising fact or just a really visually stunning scene. Something that makes people go, whoa, what is that?
It's like that classic writing advice.
What's that?
Start with a bang.
Yes?
You don't want to bury the lead when you're trying to capture someone's attention in a crowded feed.
Exactly. You've got to hit them with it right away.
So no long-winded intros. Get straight to the point.
Keep it short, sweet, and impactful.
How short are we talking here?
Francis recommends sticking to 30 seconds to 2 minutes max.
Okay.
That seems to be the sweet spot for grabbing attention and delivering value without losing people along the way.
Got it. Short and sweet, no long lectures.
Exactly.
But I'm assuming production quality still matters, right? It can't just be some blurry, shaky video.
Oh, absolutely not. Production quality is crucial, especially in today's world.
Right. Everyone's got a high-definition camera in their pocket these days.
Exactly. So you've got to step up your game. Francis really emphasizes that high-quality production shows you care.
It shows you're invested.
Yes, it shows you care about your brand and you care about your audience.
I mean, would you trust a company with a low-quality, amateurish video?
Probably not.
Right. It makes you wonder about their attention to detail in other areas, too.
Exactly. So investing in good lighting, good sound, good editing, it all makes a difference.
Even for those short, attention-grabbing videos.
Especially for those. You want to make a strong first impression.
Okay. So we've got a strong hook. We've got high production quality. What else?
Storytelling.
Of course. Because stories sell.
They really do.
It's true. It's not just about showing off your product.
Right.
It's about connecting with your audience on a deeper level.
Exactly. Stories stick with us. They make us feel something.
Yes.
And that's what makes them so powerful.
It's like those origin story videos some brands do.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're not even directly selling anything. They're just telling the story of their brand, their values, their mission.
Those can be really effective.
Yeah.
Especially for building that emotional connection with your audience.
Totally. Because it makes the brand feel more human, more relatable.
Exactly. It's not just a faceless corporation anymore.
Yeah.
It's a group of people with a passion.
Right. With a story to tell.
Exactly. Now, what about educational content? Can that be engaging?
That's a good question. Because I feel like we've all seen those like really dry corporate training videos.
Oh, yeah.
That are just like death.
The worst.
Like watching paint dry.
It doesn't have to be that way, though.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No. Educational content can be super engaging if you get a little creative with it.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it. People actually like learning new things.
We do.
Right. Especially if it's presented in a fun and easy-to-digest way.
So instead of just bombarding people with facts and figures,
Right.
find a way to make it interesting. Maybe even a little bit entertaining.
Exactly. Like those Did You Know videos that are always popping up on Instagram.
Yes. Or those like quick tip videos.
Exactly. Even something as simple as a how-to video, but with a little twist.
I like it. So you're still giving people valuable information, but you're doing it in a way that's actually enjoyable to watch.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about grabbing attention with a strong hook, keeping it short and sweet, high production quality storytelling, making educational content engaging.
Yeah.
What about just pure entertainment?
Right? Like, is there a place for that at the top of the funnel?
100%.
Really?
Yeah, think about those funny commercials that go viral, or those really visually stunning short films that some brands create. They're not directly selling a product, but they're building brand awareness and creating a positive association.
It's like they're getting their name out there
I guess.
and creating a feeling or an experience that people will remember.
It's like that saying, people buy from people they like,
Yes.
but it can also be people buy from brands that make them feel something.
I love that.
Yeah.
So true. Okay, so we've tackled the top of the funnel, those boredom-busting videos.
Yeah, so-
What about the middle of the funnel, where people are starting to get a little more serious?
Okay, so the middle of the funnel, this is where things get really interesting.
Because now the viewer is no longer just a casual scroller. They're actively looking for something.
Exactly. They've identified a problem,
Right.
and they're searching for a solution.
They're invested now.
They are. They're feeling that urgency to fix something that's not working.
They're uncomfortable.
Exactly. Francis calls this the discomfort stage.
Right, because they're feeling that pain point.
Yes. And they want relief.
Okay, so it's not just about entertainment anymore.
Nope. They need more.
They want information,
Yes.
they want proof,
proof.
and they want to feel confident that you understand their needs.
All of that.
Okay, so how do we create videos that deliver on that? What are some strategies for success in this discomfort stage?
This is where case studies and testimonials really shine.
Okay.
Because showing real-life examples of how your product or service has helped others is super persuasive.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's one thing to say, hey, we can solve your problem,
Right.
but it's a whole other thing to show someone who's actually been there.
Exactly.
Someone who's experienced that pain point firsthand and come out the other side.
And they're saying, this product changed my life.
Powerful. It's that social proof.
Yes. It builds instant credibility and trust.
Did those videos need to be fancy? Like super high production quality?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Even a simple video testimonial with someone just sharing their experience can be incredibly impactful.
It's authentic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Real people, real stories.
What about educational content in the middle of the funnel?
Good question.
How does that differ from the top?
So at this stage, it's about providing more in-depth information.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to get a little more technical, but always tie it back to how it solves the viewer's problem.
So it's still about benefits, not features.
Always. Don't just tell me what your product does. telling you how it will make my life better.
How it will solve my problem.
Exactly. And visuals are key here. Think about using animations or screen recordings to show your product in action.
So product demos can be really effective here.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Because it helps the viewer really visualize how it works.
See it in action.
Exactly. And then, you know what else can be really powerful at this stage?
What's that?
Webinars and live Q&A sessions.
Woo! I like that. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah. Because it allows for that real-time interaction.
They can ask questions, get personalized answers.
Exactly. It's like having a conversation.
Which builds trust.
Yes. It shows you're not hiding behind a screen.
That you're an expert.
Exactly. Now, before we move on to the bottom of the funnel, I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
Francis talks about the importance of emotional appeal, even in these more informational, middle-of-the-funnel videos.
Okay, interesting. Because it seems like at this point, people just want the facts, right?
You'd think so, right?
Yeah.
But it's a common misconception. Even when you're providing factual information, you never want to underestimate the power of emotion.
Because at the end of the day, we're all human.
Exactly.
And we make decisions based on emotion as much as logic, if not more.
Precisely. So how do you weave that emotional thread into those middle-of-the-funnel videos? Storytelling is still your best friend.
Okay.
Even within a case study or a testimonial, there's a story to be told.
Right. It's about connecting with the human experience
Yes.
behind the problem and the solution.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of things like music, tone of voice,
Yeah.
even your color palettes
Oh, yeah.
to evoke certain emotion.
Subtle stuff.
It's all about creating an experience that really resonates on a deeper level.
Yeah. Video is such a powerful medium for that because it's not just about the words.
Right.
It's about the whole package.
The visuals, the sound, the emotion, it all works together.
Totally. Okay, so we've tackled boredom building. We've tackled discomfort.
We have.
Are you ready for the final stage of the funnel?
Let's do it.
Hit me. All right, so bottom of the funnel. This is where we really got to seal the deal.
Okay.
Turn those prospects into paying customers.
Show me the money.
Right. So what are the key things to keep in mind when we're creating videos for this stage, that reassurance phase?
All right, so at this point, your viewer, they're feeling a mix of things, right? They're probably excited.
Okay.
They've done their research.
They're close to making a decision.
Exactly. They understand the problem.
Right.
They know the solutions.
Yeah.
And now they're just looking for that little nudge.
That reassurance.
Yes. That they're making the right choice.
And the right choice by choosing you.
Exactly. So how do you do that? One of the most effective ways is to address their need for comparison.
Okay. Makes sense. Because they're probably comparing you to your competitors.
Exactly. Remember those comparison websites we talked about?
Yeah.
Like Kayak, TripAdvisor. Everyone uses those. Right. Because they make it so easy to see how different options stack up.
It saves you so much time.
Exactly. Nobody wants to spend hours digging through websites trying to compare features and pricing.
Nobody's got time for that.
Exactly. So how do we translate that to video? Comparison videos can be super effective here.
Okay, so give me an example.
So let's say you're a software company.
Okay.
You could create a video that directly compares your product to your top competitor.
Okay. Highlighting the key differences.
Exactly. But here's the thing. You don't want to be overly negative or attacky.
Right, because that just makes you look bad.
Exactly. Francis actually advises against that.
He does.
Yeah, he says it can come across as really petty and actually hurt your credibility.
It's like that saying, when you point a finger at someone, there are 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Exactly.
So what's a better approach?
Focus on your unique value proposition.
Okay, so what makes you stand out?
Exactly. What can you offer that your competitors can't?
All right, so own your strengths.
Yes. And don't be afraid to get specific. Provide data points, customer testimonials, whatever you've got to back up your claims.
Testimonials, we haven't talked about those in a while. They're huge at this stage too, right?
But absolutely. Because hearing from others who have been in their shoes and had a positive experience can be that final nudge.
That vert of confidence.
Exactly. Now, what about product demos? We talked about those in the middle of the funnel.
Yeah, do they still make sense here at the bottom?
They can, but I think the approach should be a little different.
Yes.
Instead of giving a general overview of all the features,
Right.
focus on addressing specific pain points.
Okay, get laser focused.
Exactly. Show how your product directly addresses those problems that the viewer has told you they're having.
So it's about demonstrating value, not just explaining features.
Exactly. And you might even want to consider creating a series of short focused demos,
Oh,
each one highlighting a different use case or a different pain point.
I like that. Because then the viewer can kind of self-select.
Exactly. They can choose the content that's most relevant to them.
It eliminates the noise.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Francis also talks about the importance of FAQ and troubleshooting videos at this stage.
Okay. Interesting. Because people probably have a lot of questions when they're about to make a purchase.
They do. So by anticipating those questions and addressing them head on,
Right.
you're showing that you understand their mindset.
You're being proactive.
Exactly. And you're building trust.
Okay, so don't shy away from those tough questions.
No. And here's a bonus tip. Don't be afraid to address the things that your product doesn't do,
Really? Why would you do that?
because it shows you're being honest and upfront.
Okay.
And it gives you an opportunity to either offer alternative solutions
Right.
or workarounds,
True.
or even just acknowledge that your product isn't a perfect fit for every single need.
It's about being realistic.
Exactly.
But it also shows that you're invested in finding the best solution for the customer,
100%.
even if it's not you.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, now we can't talk about bottom of the funnel videos without talking about the call to action.
Oh my gosh, the call to action, so important.
Because it's not enough to create a great video. Right.
You have to tell people what you want them to do next.
Exactly. And at this stage, that call to action needs to be crystal clear and incredibly easy to follow.
So tell them exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Don't make them hunt for it.
Exactly. Make it ridiculously obvious.
Whether it's signing up for a free trial, downloading a resource, making a purchase.
Whatever it is, make it clear. And you know what? Even at this final stage, don't forget about the emotional appeal.
Right, because even though we think we're making a really logical, practical decision,
Right.
there's always that emotional component.
Always.
So how do we bring that in?
Think about using customer success stories, testimonials, music visuals. All those things can create an experience that connects with the viewer on a deeper level.
It's about making them feel something.
Exactly.
Oh man, this has been so insightful.
It's been fun, right? It has. I love how Francis breaks down the sales funnel, not just in terms of stages,
Right.
but in terms of the emotions
Yes.
that a customer is going through at each stage.
Because it all comes back to emotion.
It really does.
Yeah, video is powerful, but it's not magic.
Right.
You have to understand the human element.
You do. Okay, so learner, as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a final thought for you.
Okay.
Think about your own video marketing strategy.
Yes.
Are you considering the emotional journey of your customer?
Good question.
Are you meeting them where they are at each stage of the funnel?
Because if you're not, it's time to hit that rewind button
Yes.
and rethink your approach.
That's right. And until next time, keep learning and keep creating.
See you next time.